Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, welcome back to a brand new video here today, and welcome to the start of a brand new season of my F1 2019 Manager Career Mode, and we've completely shaken things up and done a bit of a reset for this technically third season, but it is entirely almost like a new career mode in a way, because we're here today with a brand new mod for Motorsport Manager. It's called the Fire Fantasy 2019 mod. Obviously, you guys remember the Alfa Romeo career mode I did this time kind of last year was the Fantasy career mode for 2018. Then I kind of bodged together a 2019 mod to do the Renault career mode we did for 2 seasons. But now the same guys who have made that Fire Fantasy mod last year have gone and made an entirely new one for 2019. A few of you guys were saying I should try and check it out because it is a really cool mod. And so here we are with a proper 2019 mod, but it's a fantasy mod. So you'll see on the bottom there are some extra teams, and the entire thing, the way it's going to work, is going to spice things up quite a fair bit. So we'll take you through and kind of explain everything. So you can see the lovely looking Mercedes car in the 2019 livery there with a lovely little Mercedes checker pattern at the bottom. You've got Ferrari with a bit of a retro styling with Marlboro there on the side, being a fantasy career mode. We can have that on the Ferrari car. Then you got Red Bull Honda, of course, the standard looking Red Bull kind of car there. You got Renault Sport, nothing different too much. They're actually quite a nice way they've designed the Renault compared to the previous mods. The McLaren looking pretty snazzy with the extra blue and orange. Then you've got this extra team, which is, I believe it's called Alpha Racing, I think it was called. And so it's a unique team. Obviously, it's a fantasy career mode, so they've added this in because we've got some extra teams you can see. So these are one of the extra teams called the Alpha Racing team, I think, from France, apparently. You've got the Williams car, obviously, the 2019 Williams. You've got Alfa Romeo, of course, bought out, obviously, in terms of the marketing and the branding from Sauber, so the Alfa Romeo Racing team. You've then got Racing Points in its lovely little Sport Pezza livery. Then you've got Manor. So, carrying on from what we had in the Fantasy Career Mode in 2018, there is another Manor team in the 2019 there. So, clearly the mod makers have a soft spot for Manor, as do, I think, a lot of people, really, because Manor was a very kind of good underdog team that everyone could root behind. And then you've got Haas F1 in the Rich Energy livery, and then Scuderia Toro Rosso there with their standard livery there. So, if you did watch the Alfa Romeo Career Mode back in the day last year, you'll know how it kind of goes with this mod. It's basically the mod for the next year, 2019 this is, but with some added kind of spice up with these 2 fantasy teams added on, and also some changes to how things run around the entire mod. But it looks to be a really fantastic one. Apparently, according to the description and whatnot, there's a lot of different underlying changes that are going to really mix things up in this mod that you won't even notice, but you'll kind of subtly see changes with how the drivers, you know, go in potential and whatnot. So yeah, really excited to dive in, and as you probably already could tell by the title, we're going to be doing this career mode as Red Bull Racing, Red Bull Honda, managing Max Verstappen and Pierre Gasly. So I'm sure all the Dutch fans out there will be very happy about that. And of course, you guys know I have a little soft spot for Pierre Gasly as well. But obviously, I've also enjoyed managing Verstappen in the past in my Alfa Romeo career mode. So Verstappen and Gasly, looking forward to it. Pressure is going to be high. We need to finish 3rd place, or at least above that as well. So, you know, the pressure's on compared to maybe some other teams there. So we need to perform. And obviously, with all these extra teams, some kind of added kind of spanner in the works with the fantasy career mode, chucking things up. I just don't know how this is going to go, really. This might go really well or really badly for me in terms of choosing Red Bull with a high pressure, but let's just dive into it. So we're just going to go through here on the menus, all through the teams, just to confirm you the driver lineups. Of course, we've got the 2019 actual driver lineups, and then we've got those 2 fantasy teams. So we've got George Russell, obviously, and Ron Kubica in the Williams car, Toro Rosso with Kvyat and Albon, Ferrari, obviously, is Vettel and Leclerc, Renault, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Red Bull, Verstappen, Gasly, Racing Point, Lance Stroll, and Sergio Perez, Mercedes, Hamilton, and Bottas, McLaren, Sainz, and Lando Norris. Manor Racing has Stoffel Vandoorne and Jean-Eric Vergne there. So, obviously, Vandoorne retains a seat in Formula 1 in this fantasy universe we've got in this Motorsport Manager career mode, with Jean-Eric Vergne alongside him then, and John Booth there as the manager. We've got Haas, obviously, Grosjean and Magnussen. You've got this Alpine Racing it was, sorry. I misremembered what the team name was. It's Alpine Racing, and that is Fernando Alonso and Felipe Massa, the old school Ferrari lineup is in this Alpine Racing. So that'll be quite intriguing to see how that goes on. We've got Alfa Romeo then finally with Kimi Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi. So that is the lineup then for the Fantasy 2019 career mode. This kind of, I'm going to call it Season 3 of the 2019 Manager career mode, but really it's kind of almost like a fresh start in a way. And I felt like a lot of people would be interested in seeing how we get on with Verstappen and Gasly in the Red Bull Honda car and trying to see them, especially because Red Bull in our previous 2 seasons with the Renault career mode, they did shockingly poorly compared to, you know, their car was the 3rd best, you know, for most of the time, and they just did horrendously. They never showed up to most of the races. So maybe, you know, finally with a player manager playing around, we can actually do some good work with them and try and get them off their feet and trying to actually attack Ferrari and Mercedes a little bit. So I'm having a quick look at the pit crew, then see what we got working on. We've got a very good pit crew to start off with, to be fair, so that's all good. In terms of new hires, we've got these 2, which I might be interested in actually hiring there. So we're going to go ahead and hire 2 of these guys. We've not got a lot of money to play around with. We only started with 6 million at the very start, which of course kind of, you know, technically goes on from the AI team would have made a car for this year. So we kind of, you know, obviously transitioned like that. So we need to try and build up some funds. Our financial situation, we get 2.1 per race. I'm going to set a budget of high stacks for next year. So I'm going to cut our incoming budget basically for every race to 1.7, but that's going to save us 1.2 every single race basically for next year's car. We've not got 2 sponsor slots, so that will come very soon as well. Right now, obviously 64 races long for the Red Bull sponsorship. We've got Roush as well, 17 races long, Simons and then Puma, 18 and 12 races. So a lot of these are long-term sponsors, but we've got 2 sponsors to play around with coming up in terms of money. Our marketability apparently is actually not that high because Verstappen and Gasly do not have too much high marketability. Obviously the team does, but the 2 drivers do not. So we've only got a sponsor appeal of level 3, so that's a little bit annoying in a way, but we'll just have to see how it goes. But we've got some emails obviously as we begin this new journey here with Adrian Newey, Gasly and Verstappen. Target for 2019, I'm going to say 3rd place as well. I don't think we can actually say 1st place, so 3rd place I'll go, so that'll be an extra 2.6 million per race that will come in for us from our manager. We've got 3-stage qualifying obviously, Q1, Q2, Q3, and introduction to the pit crew. We got it. I got that. So let's move on then and see how we go in this pre-season and then building up to the Australian Grand Prix. We've got an interview with Sky. Damien Hill asking, obviously, Red Bull Racing, one of the better teams of the championship. Expectations are sky high. Do you think you're up to the task? I'm going to say, of course I am. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. That's going to give good morale. Obviously, that boosts Gasly. That's interesting. Verstappen's already 100% on the morale, whereas Gasly's only 75 to new of 80. So I need to build the Frenchman's trust, but the Dutchman has my full backing. Verstappen's seen by many fans as your top driver. Do you agree with that? Or do you say Gasly's better? I'm going to say I've inherited 2 great drivers. That's what I'm going to say because I think that makes sense. Sky season preview. Expected to finish 3rd place. We'll do better. I can promise you that. I'm going to say that. There's no fault, you know, going a little bit bold and saying that. It's not going to affect things too much in the long run. Legendary engineer, obviously expecting background, giving advantage in the pit wall. Yeah, I'm going to say that as well. Give me good insight into the car. Being an ex-engineer, I usually always make, when I create my character, I always usually say ex-engineer, just because it gives you -1 on the part designed on the actual timing front. So we're going to move on then and see if any sponsor stuff crops up. And actually, hang on, I need to actually straight away continue to improve our car, actually. I forgot about that. We need to really push these on in terms of reliability. So I'm going to go for engine. Actually, front wing we don't need to do. I need to do suspension, which is always quite a tricky one. And also the gearbox and also be very tricky. So go full hog on that. That's interesting though. HQ, what we got going on here? Factory level 3 and 4. So for our car, we've got obviously those extra slots. We could unlock some extra slots by pumping money into the HQ, but we just don't have that money yet, of course. So we need to kind of wait and save funding, really. We should probably get on straight away making new parts then, at least one new part. So what's the best or the worst part we've got? I think it's gearbox, really. Obviously, good aero being Red Bull. Gearbox really is the major thing we need to work on straight away. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's going to cost us 1 million off the bat. So that's quite a bit, but, you know, got to go for it. So we've got 2 risk levels, unfortunately. So the best part we can probably go for is that. That'll give us a max of 1012, which is going to be better than what we've got right now. Yeah, so we'll go for that and design that. That's going to cost us 1 million. That'll take I think that says 4 days before the first Grand Prix, so that's quite positive at least. So gearbox gets done. Here we go. So gonna bung that in to the improvement, because that's obviously going to have a quite decreased reliability, although it gets made with 78 reliability. That's not too bad actually. So I'm going to remove, they're both actually the same here, so we're going to add that on and improve reliability of that, and then I'm going to design another gearbox if we can straight away. We're already burning into our funds though, so I need to watch out for this. But I got acceleration plus 10, and then plus 40 minus reliability. That's not bad. So that'll be 1052, 105, yeah, 1052. A little bit less reliable, but we'll go for it. That'll get done 7 days after this race, so this will be a part for next episode then, but gonna go for it. 1.2, so definitely already, you know, going down the order in terms of funds, but like I've said in the past, sometimes you've got to spend money to make money, and so I'm positive that'll be a good run, since our car seems very strong in every other department. And now we got the sponsors, so slot 2, we got Lee Cooper, Lenvo, and Braun. Looks like this one might be the best one, to be honest. Upfront payment is 6 million. Let's divide it and see how it goes. So we've got 11 races, so 644,000 divided by 11 races. That's 558k per race. So a little bit less than Lenovo, but but obviously that's a target position, which I never kind of like target positions, to be honest. What's slot 3? Slot 3 got I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Jeep, what? Jeep give us 0. Jeep just wants to be on the car for free, mate. Jeep just wants to be there. So I guess we could do a target. We could do one of these target positions. So that's 610, and that is how much? 690. So you know what? I'm gonna go for upfront payment here. Okay, so I'm gonna go for a fixed payment here, because that's a little bit less than what we get if we split it across with Lee Cooper, but we get a higher bonus per race of beating 12th or above with Lenovo. So I'm going to go for that, and I'm going for that. So that's our new car. Lenovo is now on the engine cover, which doesn't look too bad over the Red Bull. And then we've got on the rear wing. That looks pretty good, actually, on the rear wing there. So that is our car then. So that is our sponsors then for at least a good 8 races. So most of the season, actually. A good chunk of the season. 2/3. Sponsor-wise, we've got the best sponsorship on the grid, following Alfa Romeo and then Alpine Racing, apparently. There, Ferrari apparently have one of the worst sponsors on the grid. How about that? So looking good then. So onwards and upwards towards the Australian Grand Prix then. So if we do all our targets, we should get 2.4 in the race if we meet all our targets, of course. Tyre wear is going to be high, so I'm going to go for plenty of super softs, and then also some mediums. I think 4 mediums, few softs there, 7 supers, and I'll go for 4 softs as well. We'll kind of split just to see how we go, really. Going to give Verstappen this better gearbox, so he will have the better car technically, because all these parts are the same, so I don't know why Verstappen's just content. I'm not happy about this. My car should be performing better just because he's the #1 driver, but I can't do anything if they're all the same parts. So at the moment, they've pretty much got near enough an equal car there, of course. So we got some rain apparently in the race, so that's going to play into it a little bit, make things interesting. Practice, though, should be clear. Should is the emphasis, but let's get into this then. The first practice session with Gasly and Verstappen. Let's see how they go on the feedback. Verstappen and Gasly, feedback of 13 and 12. So a little bit less than I was used to with Ricciardo and Vettel. So this might be a little bit harder in practice sessions. We've also got some rain in practice. So like I said, should have been dry, but it's going to rain in practice. So that might give us some knowledge then, to be fair, for the race ahead. Right, taking practice. Going to send them out straight away. Just get this setup done first, really, instead of worrying about knowledge. Because I just don't know how this car is going to react to any of the setups I've got from the Alfa Romeo or Renault career mode, really. And oh my god, Jesus, okay, that's a new thing. Okay, looks like on this mod, you can zoom in super much. Okay, we've got a very cool view for the races now, lads. Look at this. This is insane. Look at that view. That's insane. That's pretty damn sick. Look how close we are to the track. That's awesome. We can really see the racing up close and personal now. Okay, I'm already loving this. I'm loving this decision to move over to this mod for Season 3, technically. Look at this. That is all. I can literally go inside them. That is so cool. We're so close to our cars. That's wicked. That's wicked. Right, Verstappen in, Gasly in. Let's have a gander here. What's he saying? 2 excellents and an okay. So pretty good. One step forward, one back. So 89% still. But now we can nail this speed balance. We should be on to a winner here. What's Gasly saying on his one? Because I'm curious to see. Ooh, okay. We went the wrong way with him. So oversteer was the way to go. So doesn't like the lower. I'm going to say then he wants a higher end gearbox. So let's go for something like that and see how that goes. Need to tweak this back, though, to get that right. So that should be the one, I think. So I'm going to go for 4 laps. I'm going to keep him out there on inters now, try and get some inter knowledge. And then Gasly, we need to revert back to the previous setup and go the other way and go to oversteer, because he was 90% actually, apparently, even though he improved on the downforce levels. Going to go for that. So I think that might be one. So I'll keep them both out now for this run. Just try and get at least level 1 booked in on the inters. And the race room obviously will come as necessary once we get to dry tyres as well. In terms of knowledge we can get, I don't think we can actually get everything we want to, basically. We're going to have to sacrifice maybe the quali pace. Basically do a Red Bull in real life. Kind of sacrifice our quali pace to have a better race car, really. As the track gets drier, we're going to bring them in now and send them out on dries after this. And hopefully this work will be okay. And we'll just about get to level 2, maybe, on the inters, actually. 1 pixel. There we go. There we go. Level 2 on inters and race trim. That's kind of nice. Right. Got 2 excellents and a great for Verstappen. That's good to see. So stint-wise, let's go. We got 98%. Wow. Great stuff. Right. Race trim. Those go 48 laps. 36, 18. I'm going to go for... what do we do? What do we do? I'm going to go for mediums. Let's do mediums, because if it is raining in the race, there's a potential medium tires could be the best. Oh, no. A different way to think about it is if it's raining enough, there's maybe not enough of a dry period to warrant mediums, and maybe we need to go softs. So actually, no. I will change my mind. We're going soft tyres. And Gasly again with 2 excellents and a great as well. So he's looking good. By the way, you would have noticed by these stint lengths, we are doing the long distance races. So the races will be quite chunky. That might mean I might fast forward quite a bit, because I don't want the video to be so super long. But there will be a bit of a longer race, basically, in these videos. Got level 3, got level 1 on the soft tyre. I might bail out, you know. I might bail out and come in and do some quali stuff, because don't have a lot of time left. A lot of people are doing stuff on super soft, so I'm going to bail out on that. Go for the quali trim. Actually, go quali trim, 3 laps, but I'll continue doing soft tyres, actually. So let's get that knowledge and make sure we got that concrete down, but I'll do quali trim, and we'll basically just mask what kind of performance we got. But you can see there, a lot of people. We're the only ones doing soft tyres, which is kind of worrying in a way. It might be good. We might be very much the odd ones out doing this weird strategy on soft tyres, but it might pan out for us. All right, level 2 on softs achieved. We've got 4 minutes left. Got level 1 on quali trim. We should get level 2, I think. Level 2 and level 3 just about on soft tyres there, but definitely I can notice the difference of Gasly and Verstappen compared to Vettel and Ricciardo last season in terms of the feedback and knowledge we're getting as quickly as we can, or lack of quickly as we can. That's not English, but there you go. Final minute. Both of them are in on the final minute. I can send them out, but it's not going to do much, is it? On soft, send them out quickly. There we go. Go, go, go. Last gash. There we go. Few seconds. We got soft tire, and we will get quali trim, maybe? Yes? No? No, it's paused. The knowledge is paused. So we missed out on level 2 quali trim by literally a second there. We got level 3 in the soft tyres, though, to be fair, so at least that's good. So we've not got a lot of great knowledge, but it's the first race of the new season. It could be worse. All right, qualifying time then, Q1. Let's get into this. So we've got knowledge on soft tyres, so we may as well take that in, and quali trim. I don't think there's any rain here coming our way, so let's go level 3, level 1, car setup we've got. Let's go. I might even take this qualifying, though, on the soft tyre, the actual knowledge we've got, because in theory, it should be pretty good. Let's try a worn set of softs and see what kind of actual pace our car has. If we can get through into Q2 on worn soft tyres, I'll be impressed, and we'll know we have a decent car to work with. Right, Verstappen comes through, and we're up into first. We beat Raikkonen in the Alfa Romeo car, at least, on those worn softs, so that's a good sign. But let's see how we go on. Obviously, Q1 elimination is there, so we've got a long way to go down this ladder. But obviously, we've got a lot of drivers still setting lap times, because we've got 24 drivers, not 20 drivers here. But we are 7th and 15th. We've got 2 tenths left with Gasly there to make it to Q2. I'm going to say I think we're good enough. I think we can just about say we can get through to Q2 on soft tyres there. Although, a few people are on their outlaps, so let's just see. I'm going to be a little bit tense here because you've got some green lap times going on. Hopefully Gasly doesn't get pipped down too much, but it is going to be pretty close on the final minute maybe of quali. Here we go, last 20 seconds. Gasly down to 16th, and that is it though. Checkered flag, and we're good, we're good, we're good. 16th and 8th, that's good, boys. Through to Q2, now we can strap on the super softs. Oh, a little bit of rain there. Didn't see that, so I got lucky again. I did not see the rain coming, so we've set a good time there to get us through, hopefully, to Q3, and everyone else will have some issues. It's not a top 10 shootout this time, it's a top 12 shootout, because we've got extra numbers on the grid, of course. So we're through P5, P7. Ricardo and Hulkmo does a good job there in the Renault cars, actually. And, ooh, Leclerc's had a bad one. Leclerc's going to be out in this first session for Ferrari. P17 there. Vettel's through, but he's had a mare there. And he's going to be out of this session with the dying stages coming through. And that is it. Top 10 shootout is that. Carlos Sainz with a surprise entry. And Otto Raikkonen does really well in the Alfa Romeo car. Right. It's the top 12 shootout. And we've got some rain involved as well. So this will be intriguing to see how our car in theory should go very well in Inters. Obviously, we don't have the knowledge, but obviously we've got the downforce levels for it and the chassis for it. So it's going to be a little bit damp on track right now, but it's less damp there right now than it is later. You can see the rain goes up halfway through this session. So we may as well, in theory, go out now because the track might be a little bit faster even at this point here. So let's go auto. Went a little bit slow there with Verstappen, but we'll move on. It looks like, I don't know, there might be a chance it dries up right at the end, but I'm just going to say let's just go early here and see how we go before the rain really starts to bucket down, or it will come down right now, but let's see then. Gasly with the purple. Verstappen purple second sector though, so our two drivers trading purple times in terms of sectors. Let's go across the line. Verstappen provisional pole. Gasly second place there. Let's see what the top runners do. They're on suit. What? I don't know why you're on super softs, mate, but it just is not the way to go. Ricardo's beating Gasly there. Ricardo as well in his inters, but for some reason, Hamilton, Bottas, and Vettel have all gone super soft. So this could be a very good day in the office for Max Verstappen on provisional pole in the wet quali here. It is going to get dry, though, towards the end of the session, actually. So there might be a chance, you know, to pop in a dry time right at the end here. So I'm going to quickly bring them in and send them out cheekily on a super soft run right at the end with 2 minutes to go. I'll send them out, because that will be enough time to send them out for a dry run. Now, here we go. I'm going to say 2:30. Yeah, let's go now. Let's go now. Don't want to risk not getting enough time to go across the line. So here we go then. So it's not over yet. Everyone's set a time so far on Inters, but now everyone's going to go to super softs, I think, unless you're Carlos Sainz, who's pit. No, he's on the outlap now as well. So everyone's going to come out pretty much on super soft. So it's pretty much a free reign hit, really. Let's see who goes better, because Grosjean, Raikkonen saying purples. It's all kicking off here. So let's see. Nothing's set in stone right now. Grosjean's provisional pole as it stands. Stroll up into second place. Anyone else? No. Hamilton, no. 2 purples. He's going to get provisional pole, I think. Hamilton will be on for it. Vettel's down the order. Vettel is, as well as Bottas. Hamilton provisional pole. Ricciardo up into second. Verstappen improves. Gasly now goes second. Verstappen across the line. Only third place. So in the end, Hamilton will be the one that reigns supreme on pole position. Gasly pips Verstappen, surprisingly, to second place. Verstappen third place. Big shock for Vettel and Bottas, way down in P11 and P12. They didn't get it right. Kudos to Ricciardo, to be fair, P4. Grosjean and Stroll, Raikkonen, P5, 6 and 7. And Sainz, to be fair, as well, P8. Very mixed up quali, but in the end, this familiar man, Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes car, is on pole position, but we're second and third. I'm pretty sure the Red Bulls would be very happy with that. That was the case in real life come the Australian Grand Prix this coming weekend. So 2 and 3, we can do some good stuff in the race, I think. Right, so race time. It's the first time in a long while I've done the full race length, so I don't know how this is going to go. But in terms of knowledge, I don't know, really, because the rain is going to come there around lap 14, but I don't know for how long, though. The soft tyres go how long? We have a lock set up because we qualified on supers, so they go 14. So we should be able to go to the wet period, actually. But I don't know after that. So you know what? I might actually choose the intermediate knowledge, because that might come in handy. Level 2 on Inters, level 3 race trim. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to say the wet period goes on for an okay amount of time, that we could use that into knowledge quite a lot. We're locked into super softs either way, so we can't even use our soft tyre knowledge until the end of the Grand Prix. So that's a bigger risk in a way, I think. So let's just go for that, and hopefully things pan out here. But obviously, like I said, first time doing the long race distance, so I don't know how this is going to go. Hopefully well, but let's just get into it. as we go to 5 red lights to the Australian Grand Prix round 1 of this new season, this fancy 2019 career mode. 5 lights are out and we're underway. It's a great start there for Verstappen, up into 2nd place. Gasly down to 5th, unfortunately there. Great start for Ricciardo into 2nd there, so weird to see my former driver doing very well for himself up into 1st place there, so maybe that's a bit of karma for dropping the Renault team for this next season. Verstappen P4 now, Gasly down to 10th. Really poor start there for the Frenchman. Verstappen also not too great because he's down to 4th. He's now back up into 2nd now as he overtakes Hamilton and Stroll. Stroll's doing a madness. Perez is doing a madness as well. And Ricciardo right now also is doing very, very good as he sets the fastest lap across the line in 1st place for the 2nd lap of the Grand Prix. Gasly's back up into 8th place. At least there's that. And he's down the inside of a Toro Rosso car there. Come on, lad. Down the inside. Go for it. Yes. Come on. Fast forward. Let's go. Let's go. No. Nothing. Ooh, it's close. Close, but... Oh, no, he made it. He crashed. He crashed with the Toro Rosso car. Oh, god damn it. Right, gonna have to pit then. Let's pit for a... You know what? Let's pit for another set of supers and just go aggressive on that. Oh, he's got suspension damage as well. Oh, Jesus. This is going to be horrendous. Right, fast pit. I've also just realised in this mod there's no ERS for these F1 cars. There's no ERS. It's just purely the pushing and the fuel, which is one less thing for me to worry about, but obviously one less thing to use to our aid to overtake cars. But I'm going to conserve the tyres now with Verstappen and try and calm things down as we're closing up on Ricciardo. Gasly makes his pit stop there. That's a long old pit stop, of course, with damage. Bottas is in as well with damage, so we're right... Oh, my God, we're right at the back of the field. That is horrendous. That is pretty much Gasly out of the running there. Oh, dearie me. We are 49 seconds away from the race lead. And we got a drive-through penalty. Okay, cool. We only got one driver in this race now. I've decided we're not even racing with Gasly anymore. Jesus. Right, going to go medium fuel because we're already -2. And obviously, with the lack of ERS, we can't really save fuel very easily. So I need to watch out for that and kind of learn how this goes, but everyone else is doing the same as well, so I'm not too worried about that. But just going on here and trying to keep the course with Ricciardo and Hamilton, but we got a mistake there from Verstappen. What's Gasly saying? He's overheating his tyres, so we need to go down the order and go medium as well. I don't really know what we can do with Gasly today. He's going to have a very tough order of trying to get back in this Grand Prix, to be honest. All right, lap number 9. Hamilton is right up our chuff. Ricciardo's dropped us by 2 seconds there, so it's a little bit frustrating. We've got some traffic, that was, with the Alfa Romeo of Giovinazzi. I think that was getting in the way. And Verstappen's just been overtaken by Hamilton there. I don't even know how that happened. I literally paused the game and then unpaused it, and Hamilton just flew past there. So we're down to 3rd place. Hamilton's now right on the back of Ricciardo, so he got a mad amount of speed there. Started pushing, so I don't know. So Hamilton might go for a move for the lead now. Ricciardo's slowing down a little bit. We're just going to plow on here with neutral medium because I need to save. I think the strategy might be to save some fuel for later on in the Grand Prix when we've got that intermediate knowledge coming in, really, to be honest. So I'm actually going to go... I would go low, but I'm not going to... I don't want to risk it that much. But we're going to go pushing in low for Gasly because we may as well save fuel with him. The only saving grace is Leclerc's way down here in 20th place as well. So at least there's that. But right now, the race very much has been kind of determined by the first part of that with Gasly crashing. For Verstappen, he's still got a good chance for a podium. I don't know about the race win. I don't know. We are closing up a little bit because Hamilton and Ricciardo are side by side there into turn 1. Hamilton, ooh, it's close stuff there. Hamilton round the outside to the inside for the next right-hander maybe. Ooh, tries it. Could he make it work? Let's fast. Ooh, there you go. Did the switchback move and he got it for 1st place. Verstappen's now closed up here. 23% tyre wear. Let's go conserve. I need to try and get to the intermediate period, I think. I think that's the way to go for us. Right, Hamilton's pit. Ricciardo continues on. I continue on. Ricciardo's got 19% tyre wear. I've got 16 and Hamilton's pit already. So, I don't know. Is it... do I risk it? How many laps have we got left? 2 laps left. I don't know how slow we're going to be. Let's just see how this goes. I'll see how the gap closes to Hamilton. Right, 14 seconds is the gap. Hamilton is closing rapidly now. Okay, 9%. Ooh, we got a lap and a half. Do I risk it? Do I not? Do I go on Inters now? Also, our car is in the middle of the ground. I don't know how to call this one. This is really tricky. He is closing us too quickly. So I need to do something. There's no water on track, though. There's no water on track. So do I risk a worn-in set of Inters? Yeah, look, I'm going to have to go for it. I'm going to have to go for it. Fast pit stop, risk it for a chocolate biscuit. Intermediates going on the dry track. Let's just see how this goes. This can go horrendously, but it's the first race. Got to try some new things here. So he's out in 4th place. On Inters, obviously, just go easy, mate. You're going to be slow, but hopefully soon when the rain comes down, we'll be on our own element. Right, here comes the rain. Come on, come down faster. Come down faster, please. Right, rain's starting to come down. Let's go. Overtake mode. Push, 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 push. Right, people pitting now. We're down the inside of... Oh, it's close to Ricciardo. You know what? That didn't lose us too much time there. And now we're pushing flat out. Can we maybe overtake Ricciardo? I don't know. We're going to have to go low fuel. We need to save fuel desperately. Right, Gasly's had a mistake in the pit stop. That's not great. Driving mistake by Verstappen. So a lot of things are not going well for me right now. Low fuel. Medium. Pushing. Let's go. Where are you? Where are you? Right, up into 3rd place. Stroll's still P4. I don't know how strong Perez are P4 and P6. But right now, Verstappen then, sit-rep is with P3 still. Ricciardo's now gone away from us a little bit. Hamilton's definitely waltzed away in 1st place. Gasly's 23rd still. So he's not made up any time, really. And he still needs to save fuel. And we still need to save fuel with Verstappen as well. Alright, sit-rep on that 24. We're being caught quite rapidly by Sebastian Vettel because we're on low fuel with both cars. Yeah, I underestimate how much the fuel burn was going to be really on this mod. Obviously, it's a lot more than the previous mod because we don't have ERS as well to help us. So it's quite a slow process at saving this fuel. 2.2 underfueled. We're just going to have to be low for the entirety of the Grand Prix, I think, which is not going to help us because I think Vettel's rapidly closing up to us. He's on medium on fuel, but it's obviously not helping our cause. Might go pushing a little bit on Inters and try and push on. Lap 30, Vettel keeps the pressure on. We've been pushing a little bit, but that hasn't helped us getting away from Vettel. But me and Vettel as a tandem team have been catching up to Ricciardo a little bit, though. So at least there's that. Hamilton, though, meanwhile, 18 seconds ahead of Ricciardo. Way out in the lead there. Gasly's up into 20th, so there's that. He's done okay to get up 2 or 3 more positions. So he's making some sort of progress, but not a lot. Not a lot. Right, so sit-rep with 12 laps to go. Hamilton 27 seconds ahead of Ricciardo now. We are within, what's that, like 5 seconds of Ricciardo. We've dropped Vettel a little bit by about a second because he made a mistake earlier. Gasly's 19th place. Leclerc had a spin at some point, and he's still P12 though, so he's done quite well to recover. Gasly was complaining about being stuck behind a Williams car, Russell there. He's for position though, so I've got him on pushing. He's actually got some fuel to burn, so we might burn some of that and try and get past if we can, please. But for Verstappen, really, we're just going on and trying to get to the end of the Grand Prix, trying to stretch these tyres. Unfortunately, there's not much else we can do from this position, really. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what you make of this race in terms of the long distance. To be honest, in my opinion, the long distance race doesn't really add much. It just adds more laps I have to fast forward through. So I honestly might just go back to the medium. I don't know. One thing I will say, though, is our engine is very thirsty, and Verstappen might not even get to the end of this Grand Prix because we're still on -1 fuel. And we're still low fuel mode. Gasly saved a lot because he's actually fine because I think he's been lapped maybe potentially or near to being lapped, so he's saved the fuel back. But Verstappen is in no good shape. The only saving grace is Vettel's also saving some sort of fuel. Well, he was. Now he's going pushing on the fuel, but I need to just go low fuel mode. I know I've got a low fuel delta. I know I'm trying to save fuel desperately, but I just don't know if it's possible. Vettel. Oh, what the? What? There was a spinning Williams car. How has that happened? We've got Vettel's got that investigation for Vettel. I've got a spinning Williams car. Of which car is that? 20th place. That's Russell's span. And we've now been held up massively there. Somehow survived that. Vettel, I don't know what happened with him. Okay, what on earth happened there? Right, and magically like that, we're down to 4th place now due to a very random T-bone collision crash. That was very odd. So now we are trying to get to limping to the end. We've got 4 laps remaining. We're going to run out of fuel. We're going to run out of fuel. We're definitely running out of fuel. We're up to 2nd place now because Ricciardo and Vettel pit with 3 laps to go. But we're going to run out of fuel. And tyres. Is Hamilton going to pit? We're on to the final lap of the Grand Prix and we're going to run out of fuel. We're going to run out of tyres. I don't know how this is going to go. Gasly's made a mistake there and he's down to 17th. 18th now. Verstappen 2nd place because Ricciardo and Vettel pit, but they're just there. I don't know how we're getting to the end of this Grand Prix because surely our car just conks out of fuel very, very soon. Yep, we're out of fuel. We're out of fuel. Down to 3rd. down to 4th. Might be even down to 5th place there. I think that's Hulkenberg right there. No, it's a Williams car. So he might just about limp home to the end. Come on, keep going, keep going. 4th place. Okay, just about 4th place there with Verstappen. Gasly 18th place. That was a trial by fire in this new season and this new mod. I've got a lot to learn. A lot to learn with how to drive these cars compared to the previous 2 seasons. No ERS makes the fuel saving a lot harder. The tyre wear also is a bit weird. And the AI definitely makes some weird decisions on the strategy. Hamilton's won it though. Ricciardo 2nd, Vettel 3rd. We came P4. Gasly down to 18. That's a little bit upsetting because obviously the crash though, we're pretty much never going to do anything great since he crashed. But, okay, that was a bit of a trial by fire episode, I can't lie. But, okay, a few things learned for next episode. Definitely don't use the high fuel modes at all. Vettel had a time penalty of 10 seconds. So, I don't know. If we didn't run out of fuel, we could have actually got a podium maybe with Vettel being down the order. We got 12 points there for Verstappen then. So, at least we're on the board points-wise. But we're in 5th place, not 3rd. So, it's a bit of a shaky start. But we'll get there. It's a learning process, definitely for me, with this mod. I think that's the good thing, really. I think this will make things interesting. You know, with the last season, I kind of got on top of it. And I knew the ins and outs of the mod. Now I don't, so it is tricky. The AI are definitely a lot better than me, and so this is going to make things interesting in terms of it's going to be a challenge for me every episode to really try and get some good results there. So we get the target result, though, so we still make good money, 2.9 million there, so at least there's that. We're making money, we're not losing money there, but maybe our chairman will be a little bit upset that we're not in 3rd place. I can already see he's uneasy there, I think, as it saves the game. I think it says right there, uneasy. No, it says below target, but a very secure job right now. We're going to have to do a lot better at Dubai and buck up a little bit. But, guys, if you did enjoy that first episode then of this, what seems to be a very different and challenging Season 3, then be sure to hit that like button. Let me know your thought in the comments below. If you aren't around, do subscribe for weekly F1 content. Actually, yeah, let me know in the comments below if you have any tips for me. If you've played this Fire Fantasy 2019 mod yourselves, guys. If you've got any tips for me, let me know in the comments below. But till next time, guys, hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye.